It starts quietly. No one notices at first. You're 7 years old, and something in the house feels wrong. Not broken glass wrong, not shouting wrong, just off. A heaviness in the air that no one names. A parent who comes home and disappears into silence. A tension you can feel in your chest before you understand what tension even means. And without anyone telling you, you figure it out. If I stay small, things stay calm. If I smile, they relax. If I need nothing, nothing breaks. This is how a childhood ends. Not with a single dramatic moment, but quietly, slowly, in the space between what a child needed and what they learned to never ask for. Psychologists call it parentification. It's when a child becomes the emotional caregiver of the adults around them, the peacekeeper, the one who reads every room before entering it, the one who learns that love is not given freely. It is earned through stillness, through performance, through shrinking, and the world rewards them for it. You're so mature. You're so responsible. You are wise beyond your years. But no one ever asks the real question. What did it cost you to become that? Here's what was happening inside that child's brain. When a child cannot rely on adults for safety, the nervous system does something remarkable. It goes on permanent alert. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. You are always scanning, always reading faces, always preparing for the mood shift before it arrives. This isn't anxiety. This is adaptation. This is a child's intelligence doing exactly what it was built to do: survive. But survival and childhood cannot exist in the same space. Because when a child is busy keeping everyone else emotionally regulated, they never learn to regulate themselves. They never learn that their feelings matter, that their needs are not inconveniences, that they are allowed to take up space. So they don't. And the years pass, and the child grows, and on the outside, everything looks fine. More than fine, actually. They become the high achiever, the dependable friend, the one who always shows up for everyone, the one who never seems to fall apart. But here is what no one sees. Inside, they are exhausted in a way that sleep cannot fix. They feel guilty during rest. They feel anxious during peace. They feel like love is always one mistake away from being withdrawn, because that is exactly what they were taught. Not with words, with patterns, with the thousand small moments where their needs were invisible and everyone else's were urgent. So they carry it into adulthood. Quietly, invisibly, they become the partner who overfunctions, who fixes, manages, anticipates, and then wonders why they feel so alone in the relationship. They become the friend who holds everyone's pain but cannot speak their own. They become the adult who is deeply uncomfortable receiving help because needing help still feels dangerous. They confuse exhaustion with virtue. They confuse stillness with laziness. They confuse someone being gentle with them as something that must come with a hidden cost. This is not a personality. This is a wound wearing a personality's clothing. Now here is the part that changes everything. That child did not choose this. There was no moment of decision. No morning they woke up and thought, I will become responsible for everyone around me. It was biological. It was survival. When a child cannot have both safety and authenticity, they will always choose safety. Every time. Because connection is not optional for a child, it is oxygen. So they sacrificed themselves for belonging, and they were brilliant at it. But what saved them then is quietly suffocating them now. Because that nervous system never got the memo that the danger passed. So they are still scanning, still bracing, still waiting for the calm to shatter, still unable to fully trust that someone who loves them will not eventually leave, explode, or disappear. And underneath all of that survival, there is a child, still in there, still waiting, still holding the quiet, unspoken question that never got answered. Why didn't anyone protect me? Healing does not begin with fixing, it begins with witnessing. It begins with stopping the internal voice that says it wasn't that bad or other people had it worse, and instead saying something radical, something true. I was a child. That was too much for a child to carry, and I carried it anyway. And it shaped me, and that matters. That is not self-pity, that is accuracy. Because you cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot release grief you never allowed yourself to feel. You cannot stop replaying survival patterns from a childhood you have not yet let yourself mourn. So what does that mourning look like? It looks like letting yourself feel the rage you swallowed at 7, the sadness you performed your way past at 12, the loneliness you dressed up as independence at 20. It looks like asking your inner child a simple question. What did you need back then that you never got? And listening, really listening, because the answers will come. And they will be simple, not dramatic, just true. I needed someone to notice. I needed someone to stay. I needed to know I wasn't alone. And slowly, carefully, you begin to give those things to yourself. Not to erase the past. The past cannot be erased. But to stop dragging it, unexamined, into every room you enter, every relationship you build, every moment of quiet that your body still refuses to trust. You are not broken. You are someone who survived something you should never have had to survive alone. And now, for the first time, you don't have to. You never got the childhood you deserved, but you still have every day that comes after it. And this time, you get to choose how it feels.